Hey, what's going on, my friends? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. This morning, we have a guest on. And oh, by the way, everybody who celebrated Thanksgiving yesterday, happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you all had a fantastic holiday. And I am grateful for you all. No doubt about it. Very grateful for everybody in our company. The nearly 80 people who work day in and day out to serve all of our customers. And of course, each one of you all in our community. Very grateful to you all. This morning, we're going to be talking to a gentleman who lost 2 jobs in 2 years, but now he's back on his feet. Let's hear his story. Joachim, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much. I'm actually very honored that you have me on there.
It's our pleasure, my friend. We wanna hear your story. We've noticed you, and we want to hear, where you came from, what happened along the way, and where you're at now. So take us back a little bit and let us know where you came from, the nutshell version, and how you found Legendary.
Well, the nutshell version, my digital marketing journey actually started in 2017, which was a really bad year for me. Essentially, what happened is I was at a real estate business, and the government started suddenly adding new regulations, and that was a small, it was a one-man show basically. So essentially, what happened is it was just like so much regulation that put an incredible burden, just administrative stuff, which was crazy, and I just couldn't handle it anymore.
And is this the American government or the German government?
The German government.
Okay, because you're calling in from Germany right now, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
I'm German, and I'm calling right now from Germany.
Awesome.
Where it's cold.
Yes.
We have minus degrees, not like Florida. Anyway, so the German government started to, well, essentially what they're trying to do is they're trying to knock out all the small guys so that the big corporations have a field day. And it pretty much made me go belly up. And at the same time, my marriage was falling apart. My dad died. So 2017 was one of those years where you're going, okay, I don't need that ever again. But I still had to make money, okay, marriage was falling apart, but I still had to provide for my wife and kid. And so I started trying to figure out, okay, I got to go to online. That's probably the future. And I attended webinars, and well, you know how it goes. You invest stuff, and unfortunately, I didn't meet you back then. So because, well, I messed around for about a year, and I got nowhere, and I was just ending up in debt. And well, truth told, a little bit of too much alcohol came on top of that. So I was in a pretty bad place. And anyhow, so I kind of, at some point, I decided that's it. I went to get a job. Actually, I was working in it was still my own company, but, it was sort of corporations for web design business. And I'd been diddle-daddling along. It just didn't go anywhere, really. And anyhow, so in the end of 2019, I got a little money together, and then I started massive marketing campaign. And it looked really good. So, it was 2020, and it's like the beginning of the year. I had contracts lined up. I had several contracts signed. So it was awesome. And then, boom, lockdown. So middle of March 2020, we went into lockdown in Germany. And literally on that day, I lost every single contract that was lined up. Every company went like, oh, we don't know what's going to happen. All the fairs are canceled. All the exhibitions, everything we had planned, it's all nuked. So we cannot invest right now. So it was literally that lockdown like knocked me out of business, which was kind of tough, when you just invested in marketing and just I mean, just started to gain momentum. It was like, whoa.
Right.
Anyhow, what can I say? I mean, I've been an entrepreneur all my life, so failure is not an option. So, you mope around a bit and, you know,
Right.
just you do what you do, and hit a couple of walls and whatever. But eventually you just got to pull yourself together. And so then I started communicating and, trying to find out what can I do. And somehow I bumped into an old buddy of mine, and he said, "Hey, by the way, I really need somebody to help me with my consultancy business. And I happen to be trained in administrative technologies as well as PR and marketing, so I'm quite knowledgeable in this stuff." And I was like, "Awesome! I'm looking for a job, So match made in heaven, and it was going well. It was really going well. I mean, I had lots of orders and all that stuff. But then we went into the next lockdown.
Wow.
I was just like getting a bit too much. So, and somehow two big customers just split because, they went into financial trouble because of the lockdown. I mean, it's just a chain reaction.
Yeah.
So, and in June this year, I got that dreaded phone call, and I was like, Joachim, sorry, but I can't do nothing. I lost my customers, and arrivederci, goodbye. So, I mean, I was. You could say I was a little bit pissed off. I mean, I was really not happy, and I mean, I've never been a big fan of government, but what they made out of this thing is just beyond ridiculous. So it was clear to me now, that's it. I mean, I'm out. I have to be digital 100%,
Yeah.
completely independent of any government regulation whatsoever. I mean, of course they can still switch off the internet somehow, but truth told, at this stage in my life, I mean, I just turned 58. I started from scratch a couple of times, so that's fine, but it's got to be the last time, I mean, I'm like, I don't want to go through that again and again and again. So
Yeah. So how did you find us? How did you run into Legendary, and what happened from there?
Well, I started searching social media, and I was on TikTok. I mean, really, I went on TikTok because I was bored. I just wanted to get entertained a little bit. But at the same time, I was looking for digital stuff, and then I came across the channel of Jessica Sion, and I followed the link, and I saw your videos, so it was a no-brainer. I mean, I didn't think twice about buying the 15-day challenge. I mean, that was sort of, I mean, come on, for $7. I mean, it's like, what could possibly go wrong? And literally on the second day, I was like, okay, finally, I met the right guy. I mean, I was just closed, period,
Yeah.
It was like Antonio didn't have to talk much to me. It was more like, okay, how can I figure out the financing? But, it was just moving around a little bit and stuff like that. I knew that's it, And, well, I never looked back, so I haven't done anything else ever since.
Wow. And when was that?
It was, I believe, 15th of August when I started the 15-day challenge.
Yeah.
And actually today is kind of a special day for me because I just launched my first own product.
Wow.
So,
very good. Awesome. What is that? Is that a course or a consulting offer? What is it?
Well, actually, I can tell you about that part. That's in the plans, but actually, having and I'm still in the position where finances are pretty tight. So I had to make quite some juggling to pay the blueprints, even though for me it was like, no question, I gotta have them. It was like, okay, I need these blueprints. So I got to move whatever it takes to get them. And fact of the matter is, I already made the money back. So it's like, it's really a no-brainer. But what really annoyed me was the high cost for the funnels, like click funnels. Like if you're a total newbie, it's like, oh my God, you need the funnel, you need the autoresponder, and you need this and that and all this little stuff. It's kind of adding up, especially when you're like, you don't know yet what you're doing. So I decided I'm going to create a funnel system with WordPress. So, and that's to a fifth of the cost of ClickFunnels. So it's
WordPress
like
in what some sort of a plugin that goes with WordPress.
Yeah, there are various plugins, and I mean I use the Aweber, so that you still need an autoresponder.
Yeah, I mean, Aweber has landing pages. GetResponse has landing pages. I first started out with WordPress using an optimized press landing page builder. There's all kinds of different tools. I mean, all you have to do is go out and do a little bit of research. We recommend ClickFunnels because it's just plug and play, and it'll allow you to build your funnels and then sell your products and kind of do all that stuff. But it's like these tools are becoming a dime a dozen out here now, and
Yeah, that's right.
you know what I mean? They're becoming a commodity in a sense. There's so many of them. Just like Brian Geisler says, opt-in monster. I mean, there's tons of them, and then Tammy says ClickFunnels makes it easy. It's all about perspective. Every business, you're going to have your tools that you got to pay for. And quite frankly, I think compared to everything else out there, there's not that many tools that you need to buy. But, to somebody who's brand new, sure, it can feel like, what else do I need? But so you bought the blueprints, you've made your money back. You say you've not done anything else since then. It sounds like you found your groove.
I definitely have. I definitely have. I mean, it's like, to me, honestly, I get asked this question a lot on social media these days. Should I buy the blueprints? Oh, it's a bit expensive, and they're so pushy and this and that. And I'm like, relax, guy. I tell you exactly why you should actually buy them. And that's from what I can tell, the one thing that makes all the difference. I mean, to me personally, these Thursday Zoom calls are the most important ones. Like I mean, literally, when I started the 15-day challenge, I set up my TikTok account. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get going. Videos, da 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 da.
Right.
And I mean, literally nothing happened. I mean, I don't know how many videos I posted, 20, 30, and I had like, 200 followers or something like that. I mean, it's like pathetic, like nothing happened. And I was really getting concerned about this because patience isn't my greatest virtue. Persistence, yes. But to keep going on the same thing and nothing changes, I'm going, no. That cannot be. If I continue with this in this speed, I'm going to be at 1,000 followers in a year or so. So there had to be some change, something that changes something. And exactly at that point, Matt made that video, that training, that TikTok training. And literally on Thursday was the training. I made 2 videos. I mean, it was about these how-to videos so that you actually, attract interest. And I posted these 2 videos on Friday night. By Sunday, I was at, I don't know, 5,000 followers. Yeah. I mean, it was incredible. It was just unbelievable. So, and, Now I have 100 videos, over 1 million views, 15,000 followers. I mean, there are people that are smashing my production by 1,000, but you know, for me, it was not so important to now go brutally far, because I encounter different problems because I'm sitting in Germany.
Yeah.
And I mean, I spent at least 3 or 4 weeks trying to trick the algorithm, getting a US SIM card. And I mean, I tried every which way to pretend that I'm in the US to get the US guys, because I have 90% people from Germany.
Right.
And well, my one product so far was Legendary, which is of course all in English.
Right.
So that's quite a barrier, because Germans speak a bit English, but
right.
doing a massive course like this is a whole different ballgame,
So, yeah. So, but you persisted on, but I want to go back to a second ago, just talking about that live training that you mentioned on Thursday. One of the things that I am known for, I think, and I want to continue to be known for this is being brutally honest about the industry and about how most companies and gurus operate in this industry. So because I want to make sure that we never become that, and I want to call it out so people, because I don't care if people don't buy from us. It's not going to make or break my lifestyle or anything else. But oftentimes people want to venture out. They want to see other things. They want to see if the grass is greener on the other side. And and I don't have a problem with that, because I understand that's a human tendency. And what happens is somebody will buy a course or training from, some company, and then they'll have a outside trainer come in who's a good communicator, he's a great salesperson, because oftentimes when you buy, even a high ticket training, it's an opportunity to sell a customer something else, right? And
of course,
one of the things that's unique about Legendary here, and I can't take credit for this, it just happens to work like this, is that we actually have a chief marketing officer who's actually a fantastic trainer as well. So he's not only running marketing campaigns on a daily basis. We have TikTok channels that we're testing things on, and we actually get to come over and share those exact things. Same with Drew. We have an in-house marketing coach here with Drew, and he's working with ClickFunnels and Aweber and these things every single day. And so, and then me, I've been doing this for over a decade, and I'm here every day doing consistent content, syndicating it out to podcast, repurposing it to different channels. And, there's an old saying, I don't know if you say this in Germany, but we eat our own cooking, right?
That's
so,
right.
There's a lot of restaurants who wouldn't eat what they're serving, right?
That's right.
But we're practicing the model that we teach. We're not, and there's a lot of contradictions on the internet right now. There's a lot of people who are selling courses about doing drop shipping. Now, they're not doing drop shipping themselves, but they're selling the course, which is what we teach, selling information, right? They're selling the course on drop shipping. They're not really doing a whole lot of Amazon, but they're selling the course on how to do Amazon FBA and all these things. Why? Because selling information is and always will be the highest profitable business model on the internet, because there's no manufacturing, production, shipping, holding cost, and there's very little overhead that you need. And Joachim, you just mentioned that, moving up from affiliate marketing to having your own course and or coaching program, and even doing your own event. You said you just launched your first product today. Well, there's also you can stay an affiliate for as long as you want. You know, we've got high earning affiliates in our community who that's all they do. Or you could step up to selling your own course, or as you said, Zoom. Again, I say this all the time. One of my favorite hybrid models these days is simply selling a one-day workshop where you deliver it live, you sell it all month, or you sell it for 2 weeks and then you deliver it live. Similar to what we do with the Decade in a Day training that comes with the blueprints. There's so many options, and it requires no overhead, no shipping, no manufacturing. You don't have to worry about it getting stuck in a barge off the coast of California or off the coast of Germany or wherever, because as soon as you buy it, instantly it's delivered to you. And I made it. I spent the time, not the money. I spent the time making the course or setting up the marketing campaign, and I get to sell it over and over and over and over again. Joachim, I don't know. You've seen a lot in your 58 years, but to me, I've never seen a business model, and I've been doing this for over a decade. I've never seen a business model that's better than this and that's smarter than this. Have you?
No, I mean, honestly, it's like, I mean, I really, my hat is off to you the way you created this, because as I said, in 2017, I spent quite some time, quite some money with various people. I don't want to, blackmouth anybody, but, you know, like known gurus.
I call them the gurus and the goblins. You spent some time and money with some of the gurus and the goblins out there, right?
That's exactly right.
They sit on top of the mountain. They never get down and talk to their customers or clients. They never do a live stream, but they're considered experts, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, definition of expert is the guy who screams the loudest, and, that's something, we Germans are anyway not really going for that. We have a different marketing need.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that I'm running into. Yeah. No matter what I promote, legendary or otherwise. But the simple truth is, and that's what I felt from that on that second day of the challenge. I don't know. I looked at you, the way you operate and you talk and what you do, and it wasn't, oh my God, look at me, I'm the greatest, and I'm the coolest, and I'm the smartest. No, you just actually said what's what's important, and and that's to me. I mean, honestly, that one Zoom call from Matt, okay, that one Zoom call was more worth to me than the $2,500 I paid for the blueprints, because it made that money right back. I mean, that one, little training. And I mean, that's one of 200 videos. I mean, I haven't even gotten into the blueprints for real, because it's just so much to learn and so much to do. And, but these Zoom calls every week, they give, because it's, I mean, obviously this social media scene out there is changing every day by the minute. I mean, literally, a training you made in January is today pretty much obsolete already. If you look at TikTok, I mean, they're constantly changing everything, because obviously they're competing in an arena between themselves. So the rules are constantly changing, and that's of course a problem. And if you then bought a course, I mean, I actually started last year during the lockdown, I started a Facebook ads training course. And, the guy calls himself the Facebook ad ninja and all that. And I'm sure he's successful. Obviously, if you have a team of people and you're on the market, you're going to make a ton of money. But for a newbie, his course was 2 years old. It was completely useless, because the software had changed so dramatically. Nothing matched anymore with what he was talking about. So what's the point? I mean, you updated the blueprints during the lockdown. I mean, you can hear it in the videos. Each video you talks about you talk about the lockdown and COVID and all that shit. So this isn't a 5-year-old. You 5 years ago you worked a little bit and now you're sitting in the Bahamas and drinking Mai Tais. You can see, you're there. You guys are like what you said. You're eating what you're cooking, and I really like that. And that's what I keep telling all the guys who say, "Oh, Joe, what? I don't know, so much money." And I'm like, this is not much money. This is, I mean, affiliate marketing or digital marketing, no matter how you call it, that's the business model of the future. I'm completely convinced. I mean, no matter how much everybody is, but that will be the future. I mean, in the end, to me, like every company on the planet will eventually have their own affiliate program, because it's actually brilliant when you think about it. I mean,
most of them do. And people just don't even realize.
Well, here in Germany, it's still very little. We're way behind, you see, because they don't understand. I mean, obviously, if you have an army of people who do the marketing for you, you don't have to spend one dime on advertisement. Nothing. It's free advertisement. I mean, it's like if you're a big company and you're not grasping that and starting your affiliate program, I think you're completely behind. It's like everybody is going about NFTs and this and that. Well, if it would be so unimportant, then Zuckerberg wouldn't put out what he just put out. I mean, it's like, this is the future. Blockchain is the future. We may not like it. It doesn't matter if we like it. Better embrace it and, win with it.
Yeah.
And that's what I realized about affiliate marketing. And I mean, I'm so thankful that you put up that program, because it's like the minute I started, I dropped everything else. I was like, okay, that's it. I don't need all the other distractions. I was looking at what can I do. Like, having lost my job twice in 2 years, I was really like, I mean, you get a little tense at that point, So, and I didn't want to do the old stuff, like revamp that old business stuff, which is, would just be desperate. So now with this, I'm like, okay, boom, I mean, it's been quite a tough cycle, because shit is a lot to learn. I mean, I did underestimate the amount I had to learn, for sure. I mean, at 58, you're not that. I mean, I'm not technology challenged per se, but I mean, my 8-year-old son is better with his iPhone than I am. I mean, with my thumbs, the first video, I mean, my God, it was like challenging, So,
well, I mean, I'm 38. I just turned 38 the other day, and I feel that way too. And you know what? Here's the dirty little secret, and I say this quite often, is that I'm not technically, I mean, the reason why I stream every day just from my webcam, I've got this microphone, but it literally is just set up directly into my computer, and there's a little I don't even know what you would call it, some sort of thing that it plugs into over there, and there's some knobs and stuff. But I wouldn't dare go messing with those knobs, because I don't know what they even do. Syncing my iCloud calendar can be a challenge. I mean, sharing my Google Calendar with other people can be a challenge. But the thing about the blueprints and what I teach inside of the blueprints, and I was actually just looking at them as you were talking, there's portions of this content that is timeless. And when you want, and I designed this course to be exactly that, right? So if you log in to the Affiliate Marketing Business Blueprint, there's timeless material in here that if you understand this material, and I'm speaking to everybody here, you will never ever want for money again, because you will know how to generate money. It won't be a mystery to you.
That's right.
And I explain the affiliate marketing business blueprint here, how it works, how the 3 phases starting out at the beginning work. We have a decade in a day live workshop that you can attend as many times as you want, but where we get you right into the fire, live, and we sort of hold you hostage on a live coaching session right away. And then starting with module number 2 there, sitting on a gold mine, I actually go into talking about the history of direct response marketing. I go into talking about the legends, the copywriters, the gentlemen who were marketing back in the 50s and 60s, the Eugene Swartz, all of these people who were writing letters.
I actually enjoyed that part quite a bit, I have to say. It was very interesting to actually learn about the history about these things. And like, I mean, I like that part to understand the bigger picture, because I like to look always at the bigger thing rather than just
exactly
push that button. I like to know a bit more.
Well, that's the blueprint. You're looking at the blueprint versus just figuring out how to swing a hammer. And I think that what most people do is they just want to get in, just give me the hammer and show me which nail to hit. And it's like, well, that's a minimum wage job, is just doing that. But if you know how to read the blueprint, you know how the game works, you know where the game came from, how it started, because my point is, the principles that those guys used back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s are the same principles that we use now. So even though some of the technology, and down here in the Facebook funnel, the TikTok funnel, the YouTube funnel, the Instagram funnel, even though down in this sections, there might be small components of the sections that change in terms of algorithms, the fishing formula that I teach right here will never, ever change. It will never change. And the history of this industry and the history of direct response marketers and copywriters will never change, because it doesn't matter whether you're in the metaverse or whether you're on the internet, or even whether you're in a business offline and you're marketing via direct mail, inviting people in and using those principles to close them. They will always be the same, because they always have been the same. And here's the big point that I want everybody to take away, is that over the years, there's been platforms that have not only changed, but emerged. TikTok emerged. It was a brand new platform. Quite frankly, Instagram was not even around when I started. I started, and it was MySpace, and Facebook was where it was becoming cool to be. And so then we all went over to Facebook. So Instagram, TikTok, all these other platforms have emerged. And you know what? The same exact principles in terms of creating marketing material, in terms of writing or filming an ad. And that ad would be considered a paid or a free ad, right? Even if we're uploading a video to TikTok, I still consider that an ad, right? It's a value-driven ad, but it is an ad, because you are asking for them to do something at the end. The principles across that timeline of all those different platforms have always stayed the same. It's just small nuances of the platform, of understanding how to use the platform. But you can't go and put a shitty ad on TikTok and it work. You cannot do it.
No.
You cannot do it, right?
But that was actually my biggest problem. I was battering my head against the last couple of years, and only through the constant repetition, like from the blueprints, but especially from these Zoom calls, I finally, I'm a bit trained in PR and marketing and sales. So I was doing well, I was having 6-figure businesses, and I'm talking profit, not turnover. But, with the old ad type style, like direct marketing, like we're distributing flyers. And now this value driven thing, I got to tell you, I had to completely change my whole outlook, because I was just like, not getting it, how does this work? How is this supposed to work? I mean, and if you don't have a live communication, I don't think you will ever get it, because only in a live communication somebody goes, yeah, I understand that's what you like to do, but this is not good because of this exact thing. And then you go online and you see a video and he says, yeah, you see, this is the mistake. And then you go, oh, I would never get that from a mere video that was recorded by somebody. Just do what I say. Yeah, but if you don't understand it, you will never get it.
Yeah, I think we undervalue the power of getting feedback in live coaching. And the combination of watching videos or going through a course combined with live feedback and conversation about real world situations, even if it's not yours, you can still relate to it because you still have the same questions. And then you combine that with community. You combine that with all of the folks that we have within this community. We're having conversations every day. There's people on here who are going to be learning from this interview for months and years to come. So you combine everything that we have here. And folks, this is what I think Joachim and I would really want you to know, is that if you want to succeed, if you really want to make, 2022 your biggest year ever, and I say, I'm saying this a little bit biased, but I'm also saying this because I've seen everything in the industry. There is no better time and place to do it. There's just not.
It's true. I actually would like to add one more thing, which actually impressed me a lot personally, because I value that kind of thing a lot. Because when I made my first commission, you actually sent me a quick video. And I mean, honestly, I find that quite extraordinary, because if the CEO of a company with, making so many millions, I mean, obviously your day is probably a lot less fun these days as when you were purely a marketer, I could imagine, because at that level one deals with all kinds of dry things. But I know how busy you probably are, and taking the time out and recording a quick video, I thought that was really, really, really special. I mean, it was really like, wow, these guys care. I'm not just a number. I'm not just one of 100,000 affiliates. No. They care. And that to me is like, that's the biggest value that I'm actually looking for anywhere.
Yeah.
I hate to be just a number.
Yeah.
I think everybody does.
Well, my friend, thank you for your time today. Thank you for your story. Thank you for your, your wonderful feedback. And I know that you're a man who is probably, not easy to impress. And so, you're an intelligent guy. You're probably highly critical, and you expect a lot out of yourself, and you expect a lot out of others, especially that you invest money with. So I'm glad that we've been able to deliver for you so far. I'm glad that you've been able to also take this and run and have success. And I'm going to be excited to watch your journey here over the next few months. And if you would, please come back and keep us posted here in a few months and let us know where you're at.
I'm certainly looking forward to that. I have a personal goal, and that is one day I want to get that Rolex from you.
I'd be happy to put it on your wrist, my friend. All right. Well, Joachim, thank you again, man. And, happy end of the year. Happy holidays to you and your loved ones. And we'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you much.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, my friends. Here we sit on November, November 26th. Okay. It is so close to the end of the year, and there will be so many folks who set themselves up, for a powerful 2022. You have everything here. At least I think you do. Right. that you need to be able to do that. So stay plugged in. Let's rock it. We'll be back here for another episode on Monday live. And my friends, get out of here. Have a great Friday, a legendary weekend, and we'll see you back here Monday. Peace.